My 14-year-old nephew thought he was some kind of tech genius, a little prodigy who believed hacking was a joke and other people's property was just his playground. He ruined my gaming laptop once. And when he tried to do it again to my brand new PC, the one I saved for years to buy, I decided he needed to learn a lesson he would never forget. And the way I did it? Let us just say, a single USB drive was all it took to end his entire digital world. If you've ever wanted revenge so perfectly executed it felt like justice stick around. And before we dive in, if you love stories where karma isn't just served but handcrafted and delivered gift-wrapped, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and tell me in the comments, what's the worst thing someone ever did to your property? Let's get into it. So, here's how all of this started. I've always loved gaming. It's how I escape, how I relax, how I unwind. A few years ago, I bought myself a gaming laptop. Nothing ultra expensive, but something powerful enough to play AA games smoothly. It meant a lot to me because I bought it with money I earned myself working crappy shifts, saving every bit I could. It was my pride. Then came my nephew. 14 years old, cocky, obsessed with Fortnite and mods and hacks and whatever garbage he watches. YouTube tutorials about at 3 a.m. He visited one weekend, saw my laptop, and started begging to play on it. I said no, repeatedly, calmly, firmly, but apparently no wasn't a word he liked to hear. One day I left the room for literally 5 minutes. 5. When I came back he was sitting in my chair, headset on, clicking through files like he owned the place on the screen. Some shady-looking website full of flashing ads and download cheat injector buttons. My stomach dropped. "What are you doing?" I asked, trying to stay calm. He didn't even look at me. "Relax, I'm just downloading hacks. Everyone uses these." I sprinted over, but it was already too late. The laptop froze, the screen flickered, the fans screamed like jet engines, and then black, completely dead. We tried restarting it. Nothing. Tried boot menu. Also nothing. A pro later told me the system was corrupted and some kind of malware had completely locked the internal drives. It was done, and the best part? His response. He shrugged. "Just get it fixed," he said. "It's not a big deal." His mother, my sister, the one who always insists her son is an angel, didn't even apologize, didn't offer to help pay for repair. Didn't care at all, she actually said. "You should have watched him better. That laptop stayed dead for years." I couldn't afford to fix it. And during all that time, I carried this bitter taste anger that sat in my chest like stones. I told myself to let it go. Family is family, right? Until this year. When I turned 20, I finally saved enough for a proper setup. A real gaming PC, a clean desk, dual monitors, everything I dreamed of. It was my birthday gift to myself, a symbol that I rebuilt what I lost. Then came Thanksgiving. Family dinner, loud voices, kids running around, the smell of turkey and cinnamon and stress. I went upstairs for something, and when I walked into my room there, he was again. Sitting in my chair, typing, guessing my password over and over. I froze, staring at him, trying to process, and then he got in. The screen unlocked, and my desktop loaded up. He smirked like he just won a world championship. "Nice, now let's get some real games on this thing," he said. Opening a browser and searching Fortnite hacks, again, exact same thing that killed my laptop. But this time I didn't shout. I didn't throw him out. I just stood silently behind him, watching, studying, his little fingers dancing on my keyboard like they owned it. Every muscle in my body was shaking, my chest tight, my hands cold. I could feel my pulse pounding in my ears like war drums. My mind was screaming, "Not again, not again, not again." He turned and finally saw me standing there. He froze. I was just..." But I didn't say a word, because little did he know I had something he didn't. Something I bought months earlier, partly as a joke, partly as protection, a USB kill switch. It's called a USB killer or kill switch drive. When plugged in, it sends a surge that fries the motherboard instantly, completely destroying the PC, permanently, irreversibly, and anything connected to it, monitors, hard drives, gone. Accounts logged out permanently. Access wiped. I bought it after I lost my laptop, just in case. So, during Thanksgiving, while everyone was eating dessert, I quietly slipped downstairs to the basement where his setup was. His pride and joy gaming PC, LED lights, custom case, triple monitor setup, all paid for by his mommy, of course. He bragged about it constantly, flexed about it, talked like he was the king of the digital world. He loved that thing more than life, and now was the moment. I sat in his chair, hands steady now, breathing slow. I took the kill switch drive out of my pocket, tiny, innocent looking, but powerful enough to vaporize everything he thinks makes him special. I whispered to myself, this is justice. This is repayment. And this is what happens when you destroy something someone worked for. Then I plugged it in, instantly, a loud pop. Screens flashing white. Fans spinning violently for half a second, then silence. Everything dead, every light off. Like the entire room exhaled and collapsed. It was beautiful. A few minutes later he came running downstairs, probably wondering where I went. When he saw his setup dark, dead, lifeless, his face went ghost white. What happened? He yelled, shaking the mouse, pressing the power button over and over. I shrugged, perfectly calm. Looks like it died, I said. Maybe you should have watched it better. He stared at me like his world ended. Tears started forming, real tears. The type he definitely never expected to cry over something he thought he could always control. My Fortnite account, my skins, my videos, they're all on there, he stuttered. But I didn't feel bad. Not for 1 second, because sometimes justice isn't gentle. Sometimes people need to feel what they put you through. His mother tried to blame MA, demanded I pay for repairs, screamed about how expensive everything was, but I just looked her straight in the eyes and said, funny, that's exactly what you told me when he destroyed mine, and I walked away. Haven't heard from them since. His PC is still dead, he's basically banned from screens now. And I sleep amazing, because revenge isn't about cruelty, it's about balance. And this time, the scale finally evened out. If you enjoyed that story and you believe disrespect should always be answered, make sure you subscribe because there's plenty more like it. Drop a like if you've ever wanted justice like this. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or done? I want to hear everything. Thanks for watching. And remember, some lessons can only be learned the hard way.